It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about your place in the community. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay. You know, the fact is that every time the word climate change comes up, Donald Trump thinks hoax. Every time it comes up, I think jobs. Let me be clear. No matter how many lies he tells, I am not banning fracking, period. We'll also increase incomes. We're going to see the burden and the cost. We're going to increase, we're going to make sure not prevailing wage, we can't mandate that. You guys, by the way, I said inside, the other expression my dad had was, there's only one way to deal with the abuse of power, which corporate America is exercising now. It's with power. And the only power we have is union power. You're the guys that keep the barbarians on the other side of the gate from taking everything. And that's a fact. So look, I'll try to move along quickly here. The fact is that we need to ease the burden on the major costs in your life. What's the average middle-class person fear most? They're trying to tear down the Affordable Care Act. We're going to build on it, adding a new health insurance option, a not-for-profit public option, which is going to give private insurers real competition. We're going to increase the subsidies so premiums are lower and we can afford plans with lower deductibles and lower out-of-pocket expenses, because we're going to be able to do that with the money we take back from the super wealthy. We're going to take on the pharmaceutical companies with a plan that slashes the cost of prescription drugs by 60%. Look, folks, we're going to work with states to ensure that every 3-, 4-, and 5-year-olds has access to free, high-quality preschool, not daycare. You send them to preschool, there's evidence that 58% of them will go all the way through, no matter what their background, no matter what poor neighborhood they come from. You start them at age 3, they have a 58% better chance of graduating all the way through high school and beyond. We're going to make sure that low and middle income families will never have to spend more than 7% of their income caring for their young. What's the talk to the women around here. I was a single dad for 5 years. I couldn't afford help. I thank God I had my mom and my sister and my brother to help me with my kids when my wife and daughter were killed. We're going to make 4-year public college and universities tuition-free for families making less than $125,000 a year. And when Erie gets its first new community college to open in Pennsylvania in 27 years, we're going to make sure that it's free for anyone who qualifies to get in. That's a fact. And by the way, that costs a lot of money. It costs $6 billion a year. That's about as much as we give a tax deduction for racehorses. I mean, we got to have priorities. If you're buying your first home, look at all the people who've gotten out of school since the 9/11 generation. Whether they got out of high school without a graduation, whether they got out of college, no graduations, whether they thought they had these good jobs waiting for them, but they all got shut down in the Great Recession and now. And what are they doing? They're unable to make that first home down payment. They're out there busting their neck, and a lot of them are college graduates, some of them are beyond that, some have their graduate degrees, and no jobs or no access. Well, I'm going to make sure you get a tax credit for up to $15,000 for your first-time home buyer, period. That's going to provide your down payment. We're going to protect Social Security, increase benefits for millions of seniors so you can retire with dignity and some respect. Folks, look, but if we're going to get anything done, we've got to come together. We're going to have to vote like we've never voted before. Early voting is open here in Pennsylvania, so go vote if you can. And go to the iwillvote.com/PA to find out when and where you can vote.